Cue the intro.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody. We do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Get the club to pop. When I come up with the club spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the club spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the club spot, get the club to pop. When I come up.
Top of the morning, top of the afternoon, top of the wherever the fuck you're at. It's your boy MJ. You're tapped into the coolest reptile podcast in the world. What is good, everybody? Woo, woo. That was a major one because we got a major homie on today. Before we get started, oh, jeez. Is this your first time tuning in this morning? Tuning in at all? Welcome. How are you? Do your boy a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Totally free. Don't cost you nothing. Give me a like, dislike, drop a comment for the guest. Let me know how you're liking it because this is all about the guests. It's all about the people who come to watch. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. You guys mean the world to me. Holy shit, this fucking shirt is small. I was wearing this shirt, as like a homie hookup for the homie No Limit here because I've had this shirt here to the left for a while and I just keep forgetting to fucking shout it out. So I was like, I'm just going to put it on real quick. And I mean, I'm really not that swole, but this shirt makes me look swole. But anyways, guys, I'm so excited for this morning. Thank you for being here. Like I said, before we get started, you know what the deal is. For the freshest and bestest rodents delivered to your doorstep, that's Cold Blooded Cafe, www.coldbloodedcafe.com. Anywhere from the day one pinks to the fucking whale shark rats, that's where it's at. Coldbloodedcafe.com. Shout out to the whole team. Love you guys. Trap support all the way. Sim containers, man. A lot of you guys are hitting me up. A lot of you are hitting me up because you're getting sim containers, and then a lot of you are hitting me up because you're not getting sim containers. You just got to be on top of it. I've had a meeting with John, talked about production, what we can do to up it a bit, because there are a lot of you out there who are trying to get your hands on these. Excuse me. So that being said, it's in the works. Sim containers. That's where it's at. Hit up the website. As soon as you can get your hands on one, swoop one, try it out. Let me know what you think. Because I'm telling you right now, been using them. I love them. You guys will love them too. Less work. Perfect humidity. Sim containers. That's where it's at. Speaking about where it's at, focused cube habitats. The future of enclosures. And the future is here. I'm telling you. PVC built enclosures. Super light, durable, easy to move around. Check them out. That's all I got to say. I know I talk a lot, but I'm just saying, check them out. They're on Instagram, based out of Texas, so they're strong. Texas built, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Steve and Ashley. Had a meeting with them this morning. Meeting with Ashley. And we got some special stuff lined up, man. You know what I mean? I got Bell's phase monitors now, so I got to coordinate what I'm going to be building because it's all about them. I love my snakes. Hey, I was just kidding. Sorry. I'm in the arboreal room and yeah, they're real sensitive around here, but it's all about the bells right now. But yeah, man, Focus Cube, check them out. And then need I say more? Freedom Breeders, made in the United States built, stainless steel racks, the OG FB. You know where it's at. You have Freedom Breeder racks. You should be proud of yourself. I don't have one. Proud of myself, but I'm not proud of myself that I don't have one. That is a huge, huge huge like list that I'm trying to accomplish this year. And whoever has one already, fucking props. And whoever's looking to get one, props. Just keep going at it. I know there's a huge demand right now for Freedom Breeder, and that's why I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt, because I think Miguel just got his, and he's been waiting for a hot minute. And then my other homie Matt, who's been waiting for a while. So I mean, they're racks. Racks are in demand right now. People need them and want them. So shout out to Jesse, shout out to the Freedom Breeder crew. You guys are awesome. Keep doing what you guys are doing. And then no introductions, but I'm gonna drop the name anyways. The fucking real big dog of the industry, the one leading the industry. I feel like personally on all levels. Shout out to Miguel Garcia, Always Evolving Pythons. That's where it's at, man. This guy's helped a lot of people and continues to help people and put them on the right path to success. Always Evolving Pythons, man. I mean, I feel like this is like the first guy you really start to follow and meet when you start getting into this industry. I feel like this is just my opinion, but shout out to the homie Miguel. Thanks for the support to me personally, to everyone else, and thanks for supporting the channel. Miguel Garcia, man. This morning, what is good? I hope you guys are doing great. I like these Saturdays, man. I'm not gonna like, I'm gonna do my best to try to get these Saturdays on a consistent, like all the time. I know I'm doing like maybe every other Saturday, but anyways, I love the Saturdays. My man that we're bringing on is a morning guy too, so he's ready to rock and roll. Energy's on top. I do want to say, before I say shit out, I got some stickers. Before I shout that out, I do want to say what up to some early birds, because you guys are here, man. You guys are cracking. Who is here in the morning right now? Of course, Antoine's up in the building. That's an early bird head right there for sure. But it only lets me go up to 21st Century Reptiles. What is good? Thank you for being here, Antoine. This is a guy right here, bro. You want to follow Antoine over at High Desert Pythons. This is a good human being right here, man. And he has a lot of good projects and whatnot. Definitely somebody on the roster who I'll be bringing on sometime soon. I'm just not gonna let you guys know when. But Antoine, somebody you want to follow. That's my boy right there. Patrick Rose. What up, Patrick Rose? My other homie, Jason Holbrook. Jason, you coming out to Cali or what? We got to talk about this. We're going to talk about this on the show right now. California is going to be popping next month. We got a show. Who's trying to come out to the show? Let's talk about it. You need to come out, man. What is cracking? Tasty Hill Herp, another homie who supports the channel. Thanks for being here. PD's Reptiles. What is good? 403 Fauna. What is cracking? The homie Oliver. What's cracking, Oliver? And we got KMB Reptiles. What is good? KMB Reptiles. And then we have Elias. Elias. I hope I said that right, man. What's good? How you doing? Mary. Hi, Mary Pythons. Mary Pythons in the building. Really, really cool. Cool person to know also, man. She's a big support. She supports a lot of people in the industry as well. So shout out to Mary and the homegirl Mindy. Pat, Patreon soldier right here is my girl right here. So if you do want to fuck around with the Patreon and meet people and grow with people like Mindy, make sure you go down the link below and make sure you join the Patreon family, man, because we're growing as a family. Well, shout out to the homegirl Mindy. Talk about Patreon soldiers, Purple Rain Reptiles, Chondros. My boy right here. What's up, Tucker? Homie Tucker. Damn, another Patreon legend right here, Matt Summers. What's up, Matt? Thanks for being here. Metal Scales. What is good, Metal Scales? All right, you guys are all here, man. I appreciate you guys being here. We're going to get this show on the road here because, all right, hold on, because I keep fucking up. All right, hold on 1 second. All right, before I get the show on the road, I do want to say shout out to the people who's been sending me stickers. It's been a while since I paid attention to oh man, I need to shout these out. So, all right, these sleeves, I mean, yeah, they make me look good. I'm not going to lie. Thank you. I appreciate it. But shout out to the homie over at No Limit Royals. Make sure you give him a follow. Appreciate the shirt, bro. I used to fuck with poker. So this is sick. I like this. At the end of the day, what we do is kind of gambling. It's just not smoke cigarettes in front of machine gambling. It's just kind of like, on some different level of gambling. So I respect this brand a lot. Respect. And let's see. I got a sticker from Jake Freeman. Let's see what stickers from Jake Freeman sent me. Let's see what he got. All right, so convicted constrictors. Convicted. Damn, I don't like that word. It's just because I got like the PTS or PSTD or whatever the fuck that thing is. I'm rips, but convicted. You're convicted. I'm down to be convicted, just constrictors. So sick ass sticker. Check out the homie Convicted Constrictors. He's on Instagram. I know the homie Jake. He supports the trap. And then got another card from Sapphire Royals. Thank you for your support, Mark and Teresa. What is good, Mark and Teresa? Thank you for the card and the stickers. Sent me quite a few, but you got the balls. Yeah, I like it. Sapphire Royals, you got the balls. You got the balls. You got balls. 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 Thanks, man. Appreciate you guys. All right. So even if you're a woman out there, we all got the balls. We got the power. Balls are power. Boom. Send me some stickers, man. You know, send me a shirt, whatever the hell. If you want me to throw something out here on the channel, shoot me an email, thesnaketrapsessions.com. Oops. thesnaketrapsessions@gmail.com. Okay. Or hit me up on Instagram, whatever. You know, if you guys send me something, I will shout it out. You know, look, I'm wearing the homie shirt right now, No Limit Royals. So thank you guys. Make sure you follow the homies right here. And yeah, also US Arc. I did not talk about that. I feel bad. US Arc, guys, the wave is going. The wave looks good. Let's continue to just keep pushing, do what we got to do. You know, there's, you know, obviously money's obviously helping. We still got to donate money, right? Money is still key, but we got to do more, obviously. So let's kind of brainstorm together at some point. You know, talk to the, you know, the big honchos that matter, the ones who are fighting for this, and let's see what we can do more as a industry or as a hobby, and continue to fight. We just can't lay over, because at the end of the day, the people making these fucking laws are people who have no idea, like, the keeping of animals. They're just clueless. They're scared. You know what I mean? They're scared. They're fearing of shit that they don't know. It's unreal. But let's continue to fight. US Arc, link in the description below. Let's keep pushing. That's all we can do. Hey, listen, I'm still trying to do the radio vibe. Okay, so during Shane's interview, you know what I mean, as we're talking, shoot me an email. If somebody wants to hop on, I'm gonna let two people hop on, either a call, or they could do a video message, you know, like a video like we're doing now. But you have the option. Shoot me an email at thesnaketrapsessions@gmail.com, and I'm just gonna pick two people. Okay, there was quite a few people last time, and it was I'll pay attention this time, but I didn't pay attention last time. Okay, so snaketrapsessions@gmail.com. If you want to hop on, ask Shane a question while we're getting down, please just hit it up. We'll see what's good. All right. So we have somebody from the Cali state. I don't know how long he's going to be in Cali, which, oh shit. Anyways, he's coming from the Cali state. He blows big smoke like your boy MJ, and he's Shane Kelley from Small Town Xotics. What is good, Shane?
What's up, MJ? How's it going, brother?
I'm living. How are you, bro?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Glad to be on. It's an honor.
Now, if I was correct, okay, you're a morning person. I had that right. You're up and at 'em pretty early, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, sure.
And you know,
I sleep 6 and grind 18, bro.
Okay,
so.
Respect. You know, I'll tell you right now, Shane. We met real early in your stage. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna get this out of the way right now. So we met real early in your stage, and I saw how hungry you were. I saw how like determined you were, and you were like just making plugs wherever you can make plugs, doing what you're supposed to do when you're new in the industry, right? But at that time, there was a wave of a lot of new people at that time. You came in when there was a shit ton of people just opening up, you know, Instagram accounts, brands. And I don't know, I kind of like, I didn't want to say I shut you out, but I just kind of just stepped away from all that. But like, all I got to say, man, is, you know, I put something on my stories, how I don't give you enough props. Because I've been, you know, even though I kind of stepped away, I've been seeing your progress, and you've been really killing it. Like, you right now, I feel like are the biggest up and coming ball python breeder that I've been noticing. I mean, somebody who I saw come in new and who's like still consistent. Like, your energy hasn't fallen off at all. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to pay attention to someone who's like, wow, he's really passionate, and then next you know, it just dies down, and it's just like, you know, what happened to that person, you know? But like, you're just going. You know what I mean? So
hey, you too, man. I mean, like, I've seen you grow a lot just since I got in. You know, you were already ahead of me, obviously, but man, I watched you start the whole Snake Trap Sessions podcast from the beginning, and man, you blowing up too, man. You're an inspiration as well. So
yeah, I mean, and I will say, Shane, I will, you know, we'll talk more about this as we go on, but I feel like the way you influence you're building a real pure influence, meaning like all your stuff's positive, you know, and you don't really, you know, you avoid anything that has any kind of negativity, which is good. That's awesome. But I'm telling you right now, that's why you're following or whatever you're doing is getting what it's getting, because that's all you're keeping to your content. So whatever you're doing, man, just keep doing it. You're doing a hell of a job, bro. And yeah, we'll talk more. But anyways, Shane motherfucking Kelley. One thing I read in your description that you had, you know, blue collar worker, you know what I mean? Just a fucking regular dude, puts in his work. And this is, I mean, yeah, it's a hobby to you, but bro, it's a way of living too. Like this turned into a lifestyle to you for sure, right?
Oh yeah, hands down, man. Like the whole family's involved and everything. I mean, yeah.
Respect. So how did this happen? Like, I want to know, like, I mean, you obviously somebody who's been working, but like, when did you just decide like, fuck man, like what you have behind you, how did that become of a plan for your life?
Well, a brief overview. I had a bunch of reptiles in the early 2000s, and then I had to get rid of them all. You know, life events happened, and then 2019, man, I got a genetic stripe ball python, because back in the early 2000s, those were big money, and I seen one, and I was like, man, I'm gonna get one. And then I got a male for her. I was listening to like ball shit and Snakes and the Fat Man on the podcast, the audio stuff. And then on YouTube, and now I was like, man, the ball python world has like evolved so much since the early 2000s, man. And then, man, it just kicked off. The wife was on board, and man, just started rolling.
That's awesome. So, I mean, now, how far back will this does this passion for snakes go for you personally? Like I mean, obviously, this had to be somewhere in your life. You know what I mean? So, where did this kind of start? Like, what do you recall?
Man, kind of the cliche story. I mean, I grew up catching horny toads and playing with rattlesnakes, and it just evolved from there. And then, like I said, when I finally got out on my own, man, when in my early 20s, I had like an albino Burmese, a red-tailed ball. I had like one of everything, man, like bearded dragon, leopard gecko, different king snakes, and I just had everything, man. I've always loved reptiles my whole life, and yeah, man, so. Then when I got out of everything, and then when I got back in, I opened the floodgates, man. I mean, it was just on and cracking at that point.
Amazing how, like, you know, you envision the kind of like platform you want to build for yourself, meaning like, you know, like the foundation, right? And then as long as you put shit into action, it just happens, and you're just like, whoa, fuck, you know what I mean? So. It could happen as much as you want it to. Like, I think when I had Levance on, like Levance talked about like people going up an elevator, and you could just fucking just keep going. And whenever you're just like, all right, like I'm going to chill or I'm good, you could just you could hop off it anytime you want. But I mean, I'm sure you know this already. The elevator goes as high as you want it to go. Like there's no limit. Oh, no limit. That's funny. Yeah. That's perfect. But anyways, that's crazy, man. So when you thought about this in the beginning, right? Who was the biggest influence for you? Like, who were you watching? Like, who were like somebody you were just like, you know, like, damn, like, you know, like, cause you know, obviously one of my biggest influences and a lot of others, you know, Brian Barczyk, right? And then like, you know, there's, you know, Miguel and then Justin, the people who were putting content out. And to be honest, for me, I wanted to do something with the snakes, but all that kind of stuff that they were doing intimidated the shit out of me. I was like, kind of like, whoa, that's a lot. You know what I mean? And I've tried the vlogging game, and it's tough. It's a bitch, bro. It sucks because it's like tedious, and you always have to be consistent. And then, you know, you also have to not just pay attention to whatever video that like flops, you know, because you're gonna have a video that flops. And I feel like that kind of shit gets to people's head, you know, like when their video starts flopping, they go, oh, well, fuck this, you know, or I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Like, I just had one flop. I just did like a US ARC shout out awareness video, a real short one, man. And like it flopped, man. And I was like, well, I mean, it is what it is, you know, at least like a few hundred people seen it. Maybe one of those people joined up, you know what I mean? So I don't pay attention too much on the numbers on the YouTube side of things anymore. You know, I just keep doing what I'm doing and just, you know, one foot in front of another, man. I mean, just wake up every day and take another inch forward and keep on going, you know. That's what it's all about, consistency and all that. But going back to inspirations, I kind of already mentioned like Sean Bradley and Chris Eaton. I was listening to the audio podcast. And then once I got introduced to YouTube from my kids, man, I found Miguel, of course, and like Garrick DeMeyer. And that's what opened my eyes to like what's really going on in the ball python market, you know? And I was like, wow, man, it's like endless at this point. And yeah, man, I just started reaching out to people that were kind of localish to me and started networking and branching out from there. And like the first two big names I dealt with, I went and met Dead Mouse and Miguel all on the same day. Went and got snakes from both of them, and the rest is history, man. Like both of those guys just hooked me up and took me under their wing and pointed me in the right direction, you know?
All right, so let's kind of like, and this is just going to be my perspective of things, and you could stop me at any time, okay? But I'm going to kind of figure out, you know, and you probably already know why it is that you're building such a quick following and solid fan base, but I'm trying to think, you did so many things the right way, right? In the beginning, right? And I feel like the biggest thing you did in the beginning was go network with people. You went to go meet whoever the fuck you could go meet in your area. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing people got to do. You know what I mean? And people avoid doing that because they're introverts or they just don't want to put themselves out there. But that's how you grow in something like this. Like if you're not in other people's ears and letting them know like, yo, what's good? Like I'm here to build a relationship, or just like, I'm hungry, you know, because I'll tell you what, Shane, there's a couple customers that I respect so much because they just want to continue to grow. And it's crazy to kind of like, you know how you could share that with somebody else because you were like that too, right? And you're still like that, right? Right. So it feels good when you can meet a homie or meet an acquaintance or whoever, like even a customer, even better, a customer who you share that same love for, like that same like growth love for, you know what I mean? Because it all does is spark that shit back in for you, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I think it's sick.
No, absolutely, man. And like I continually pay it forward because everyone kind of accepted me and helped me in. So anyone like that's right behind me, man, I do the same for them. And like you said, though, going around and meeting people face to face, I think is key. I mean, that was key for me because like if you just buy a snake, and don't get me wrong, like, I mean, if there's people on the East Coast you need a snake from, of course you got to get it shipped. But if there's somewhere where I can drive and meet them, I'd rather drive and meet them and establish that business relationship. And hopefully that'll blossom into a friendship, you know, later on down the road too. So, and that's what worked for me.
Right. Now, as far as, you know, work, right? Because you came in not fucking around. You bought some heat. Like you bought your, you know, that's another thing I felt like that helped your following is you were buying heat. You know, you're fucking investing into like, you know, mid-grade to higher end shit. Like you're up there, you know, even I was like, God damn, bro. Like, you know, what you're adding was like back-to-back stuff. So what do you do? Like, what is it that you do for a living?
I'm a occupational safety and health manager would be my title, but I'm a safety guy.
Okay. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, you know, actually I was like an equipment operator and a crane operator most of my life. And there was a hole that needed to be filled. And then I started going to, while I was building small town exotics and all that stuff, man, I was going to college full time at night and all that stuff too, man, until I got my degree. And you know, I'm getting a little older. So being the safety guy kind of helps out, man, you know, and yeah, man, I don't know. I just grind everywhere I go. Like I said, I mean, I had to do some, cause I'm a high school dropout, bro. I never even had a high school diploma or anything, but then I turned it around and got a bunch of certifications and went to college at night. And it was a rough few years. I ain't gonna lie, but it's paying off, you know?
Yeah. Respect, man. It's I always give props to people who go back to school, no matter what age they are. Cause you could go at any time. Like it's kind of like starting to read, you know, if you ever like pick up a habit of reading, which I'm slacking on, by the way, but that's all it is, you know, and because, you know, when you read, you're actually fucking working out your brain, which is crazy. And working out your brain is something that's, you know, ideal for most people, if not everyone. So, yeah, props to you, man. So what made you what made you want to go to school? Was it like a work thing? Like if you in order for you to get the position you have now, you had to go back to school?
Yeah. And in order to climb the ladder in the safety world, you have to have certifications and college degrees and stuff. I mean, you can get your foot in the door, but you're only going to go so high, man. You know, so this makes you more valuable, adds more feathers in your cap and all that. So it was something I had to do. And like you said, man, I like working out my brain. This helps you out, man. And but it was a rough couple years, man. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it was a lot of sleepless nights and everything else, but got her done, you know.
And I bet you appreciate all that shit you went through, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I mean, I feel like, and I was, victim. I don't even want to say the word victim, but I was definitely guilty of this too. But people want to avoid going through hell just for a little bit to get to the real big end of what they need, just because that comfortability, they just like to be comfortable. And man, that's why I'm like, props to you. Like, you ate shit, went to school, did what you had to do. But from what I'm seeing, like, you're a hell of a dad, hell of a husband, you're a family guy, you got your snakes, you got your fucking your platform that you're building. And like, now I bet you're just like, I don't know. I bet it's a good feeling. I could tell you that. Cause I came from fucking, I don't want to say the gutters, but I put myself in a position where my life was shit. So, and I had to eat like shit to just like make sure I never went back to shit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I totally feel you, bro. I mean, I've done years in prison. I mean, I've lived a whole nother life, and I've changed that around, and now I'm where I'm at now, But it takes work and sacrifice, and champions make adjustments, not excuses, bro. That's something I live by. I mean, you could sit around and blame everyone else for the bad things in your life, or you could like man up and do something about it and change it. You know what I mean? And that's how you'll get somewhere.
What year did you get locked up?
I was locked up 97 to 99, and then 06 and 07.
What were you in for?
All drug-related sales and stuff.
Distribution and shit.
Yeah. So
that's one of my. I mean, anytime I went to jail, for the most part, it was fucking just like, I mean, I had one DUI, should have been two, and I don't want to tell you how I got one of them fucking erased, but and the rest were like kind of just like stupid driving shit, right? But my biggest one was distribution at fucking Glen Helen Amphitheater, right there in San Bernardino, the worst fucking city in the world. I'm sorry,
I've been to Ozfest there a few times, man. Glen Helen used to be cracking.
It is, but it's just not the place. You don't fuck around in that area. The cops are they're just looking to tear people down in that area because it's a bad drug fucking town. San Bernardino is really notorious for that. Like, I'm pretty sure that's where some of the first meth labs in California were started. It was in San Bernardino. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Anyway,
all the desert places. Yeah.
Anyway, when you get more than one slap on the wrist with that kind of charge, it's not good. They want to throw the book at you, man. So in the 97 and 99, and you had no kids at this time, right? This is before the family.
No, I have older kids too, man. I got 8 kids total. So my older kids, they've seen me at my worst, and now they see me I think I'm at my best right now. I can always improve, but yeah, I mean, part of that's what changed me though, man. I didn't want to put my kids through that kind of stuff anymore. And now I have these younger kids. So these younger kids, like, it's a total different style of parenting and stuff that they're going through versus my older ones,
Damn, so that's where a lot of your fire comes from. You're in a whole new life. Like you see one version of yourself, and then now, that's a beautiful thing about life sometimes. Like, people don't understand, like, whatever you're going through don't have to be forever. Like, you could just fucking flip the script whenever you want in your life. It does not have to be dark. It doesn't have to be depressing. You could stop feeling sorry for yourself and start blaming other people. And this is all stuff I used to do, just so you know. So when I'm not, you know what I mean? I used to fucking do all that shit. You know what I mean? And I'm still not good. Obviously I'm trying to get better, but either way, like, once you start owning your shit and not fucking looking for excuses, because I'm saying man, I didn't do no fucking hard time in prison. I mean, I did like 2 weeks in county for that distribution charge I did, but just that 2 weeks was enough for me to fucking just realize that I'm in something I don't ever want to be in again, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and you want to know something crazy? All right, you want to hear a story real quick?
Yeah.
All right. So I did my 2 weeks in San Bernardino jail for that charge, right? And I went to court. They wanted to give me 6 months for that. And I had no prior charges, and I couldn't believe it. I got a lawyer. It was hell. I went through hell fighting that. Okay. So long story short for that, they ended up giving me 48 days work release where I would have to be in San Bernardino and pick up trash and shit for 48 days. And I lived in San Diego. So that's 2.5 hours. And they wanted me to come twice a week. So I was like, what the fuck? So basically I would have to schedule my back-to-back days at work off. So I would have to go do that. Right. So I basically did I did 40 days of it, and I had like maybe like 8 more days, or I think like 5 more days left. And what do? I fuck up and I don't go 1 week. Okay. I don't go 1 week, and then I'm like, oh my God, I'm fucking an idiot. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go the next week for sure. I'm gonna go the next week, and I'm gonna just play stupid, right? And this is when I was DJing a lot. So I had a gig down in Mexico. Okay. I went down to Mexico. I did my thing, came home. I was at the border. I gave him my ID. The fucking fence comes down. They're like, who's Michael Juarez? And I'm like, me. And they're like, put your hands up. I was like, you got to be fucking shitting me. And I'm thinking it's because I didn't go to do work furlough, right? So right. I'm like, dude, this is nuts. And everyone in the car is like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, dude, this is for me. Like, this is hella me. I fucked up. This is, and my, I'm just like not really nervous, but I'm also upset because I'm about to get locked up. You know what I mean? But I kind of was just like, I know what this is for, So I'm at customs. They lock me up at customs. I give them my ID. They transfer me to downtown San Diego. I go to downtown San Diego for like 4 days, and then they transfer me to San Bernardino, and I go back to hell, right? So I go to San Bernardino, and I'm thinking, all right, this is where I have to fucking see the judge and just tell him I'm sorry I didn't go. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you know how they process you each jail, right? Like you don't just go to jail; they have to process you, right? So I'm in the tank where like you get processed before you like get checked in. They give you the wristband and all that shit. Oh my God, bro! They call my name. I go to the thing, and they go back to the cell. I'm like, you called my name. They're like, let me see your wristband. They're like, Michael Juarez. They look at the screen and they go, stay right here. And the next thing you know, like another sheriff comes. And then another sheriff comes. And then like, here comes this fucking guy, gray beard, fat motherfucker. Okay. He has to be the one in charge. He comes, he looks at the screen and he looks at the other sheriff. He goes, get this asshole out of here. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what is happening right now? So they grab me. They tell me, follow me right here. They open up a door. They walk me through like a break room where all these sheriffs are eating lunch and shit. And I'm like looking around. They're like, here, hurry up and get changed. So I get changed into like my clothes that they arrested me in, right? And then they take me to a side door. They open it and they say, leave. And I'm like, leave? And they're like, yeah, get out of here. They're like, get the fuck out of here. Dude, whoever knows about San Bernardino cops, they're very mean. Okay. I don't have my phone. I don't know. They didn't give me that back. I just have my clothes. But dude, you think I questioned any of it? I was gone, bro. Boom! I dipped. I was out. I was like, I'm thinking to myself, if this is real life, does people really go through this shit? I was thinking, it's like, this has to be a dream. Nobody just gets out of jail like this. This is fucking nuts. Oh my God, bro. That right there, I swear, I don't even tell that story a lot because a lot of people just don't believe it. They just don't believe that. Like, who would ever believe that story? But at the end of the day, my mom is my mom. She's like, I tell her something like that. I'm like, Mom, I don't know what to do about this situation. And she's my mom. She just fucking gets it done. And boy, she wrote a letter to the district attorney to San Bernardino, pretty much threatening to, I don't know. I didn't really read the letter, but long story short, we got a letter back stating we don't have any records of any criminal charges under this name, Social Security. So next thing you know, I have no felony charge. Everything's gone. Like I'm talking about zippity gone. It's all gone. So
that's a good story, bro. I mean, that's a good one.
That's how fucked up the system is.
I know. I have a similar one, man. It's real quick, but one of the times I was going to get out of prison, instead of letting me out, LA County came and got me because I had a driving on suspended over in LA County. They take me to the Twin Towers. I go through processing there for 3 days. They take me up to Valencia where I got my driving on suspended that I already did the time for. And the judge is like, what are you doing here? You already did the time. I'm like, I know. And he's like, same thing. They just kicked me out in Valencia in a paper jumpsuit, bro. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? So I had to call the Ventura. I'm from Ventura. I had to call the Ventura and get my people to come pick me up over there at Magic Mountain in a paper jumpsuit. I'm just walking around Valencia in a paper jumpsuit, bro.
Dude, that's a trip. Anyways, it's really hard to kind of explain that unless like somebody's actually been through the system themselves and realize like Like, bro, I mean, you can't make that story up. What I just said, you can't make that up. And you now you kind of know, like, yeah, you could see that shit happening easily, bro. So, oh my god. Anyways, it's cool. But I just by going through that right there and having that story happen to me, bro. I mean, that's the biggest reason why I'm like, dude, I don't want a life like this. I don't want to live like this. Like, this is not real. This can't be the life I really want to live. Because I did grow up legit. My mom and dad were fucking awesome to me. And I had a good life. You know, I've raced dirt bikes and played every sport. So that's what I really wanted to go back to, is have that kind of life, you know? So, but yeah, man, some people just have to go through it. And you went through it. You went through it. I went through it. You happen to go through a lot more, you know, intense than I did, because shit, bro. Let's see. Where did you do time at?
My first place was Tracy, and then my second one was Pleasant Valley, and then my third one I just stayed at Wasco, mainlined at Wasco. So
okay, Wasco was no joke, was it?
No, Tracy was no joke either. That was like one of the original prisons ever built. It's like the old school, like Shawshank Redemption looking type prisons. You know what I mean? They sent me there when I was 18, man. I turned 21 there. Like all those country songs, turned 21 in prison. Like I did that. Do you know what I mean? Like I lived that. So,
man. And then your wife, the one, you know, your current wife, is that the one you've always been married to? She's been your ride or die, or I mean, were you married before, or like what? I mean,
I had a previous wife, but Mrs. Smalltown's my ride or die, man. We just celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary, so big shout out to Mrs. Smalltown, man. I love you, girl.
Shout out to Mrs. Smalltown, which I also respect, bro. I know. I mean, okay, that's what it was. Shane sent me a Smalltown Exotic shirt, which I need another one, bro. I think the other one got washed, and I don't want to wear it. It didn't look as clean as what you're wearing, and I can't have my guests look cleaner than me. No, but what was I getting at? What was I talking before that?
Oh, how Mrs. Smalltown did the tag.
Oh, yes. Dude, okay, yeah. So this is the first legit shirt I've ever received, and I was looking at it, and it looked like a business card, but like bigger. You could easily visibly read what's on it, which was attached to the shirt with a sticker, and it was so sick. I was like, damn, this thing is hard. Like, I remember I called you or texted you immediately, and I was like, this thing is sick. And you're like, yep, my wife did all that. And I was like, props. Like, shout out to your wife. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That was sick.
Yeah, she's a big part of everything I do. She doesn't like being like the face and on camera and all that stuff, but she does a lot of stuff in the background. And yeah, so.
And her name's Kelley, right?
Yeah, Kelley.
Kelley.
I've known her. Quick story. I've known her my whole life since we were in like grade school and stuff. And I told her back then, like, one day I'm going to make you Kelley. Fast forward like 20 years or whatever it is, and we get married, and she's Kelley. So I'm a man of my word, man.
There it is. That's just how it is, man. That's a real man right there. Somebody who backs up their word for sure, 100%. Now, was she somebody who was always into the snakes, or did she just kind of learn to love it when she, you know, when you basically introduced it to her?
No, she was never into it. So that was part of my thing in the beginning, was getting her on board. Part of that was like, she likes the pieds. It seems like all the women like pieds. So anything you see in my collection that has anything to do with pieds, that's all for my wife. That's technically her snakes. And yeah, so that was part of the deal. But she loves them now. She still has a little fear, you know. But she's out here and she feeds them with me and scoops poop and all that stuff now. So yeah, she's a big help.
There you go. Are you like super like specific on how your snakes get cleaned and stuff? Like, do you have a crazy system to where like your wife has to follow it too, or do you just let her do her thing?
Yeah, I like things done a specific way, as I think most reptile keepers do, and I'm learning to let her do it her way where she's comfortable, because I mean, she's gonna have her own way too, but it's hard. It kills me. She opens the tubs with the hook, and that kills me. I'm like, just open the tub, you know, but you know, I got to let her do what's comfortable for her. You know what I mean? So
you think she's going to listen to somebody who got bit by a beaded lizard? Come on, bro.
Exactly, man. Like, she's like, I ain't listening to you. You're an idiot, you know?
That's why, you know, my wife also, like, you know, I'll tell her to do certain things, which, you know, will sometimes sound sketch, and she'll look at me like, is that right? And I'm like, yeah, trust me, just do it. And like, oh man, the one thing, it was so frustrating, but bless her heart, she did her best. That it was okay. It was right before the Levant show. Now I was at Cusco's. I went to go visit Cusco. Okay. Yeah. And it was right before the Straight Fire show. And I had this fucking one of my so I work with a locality called Numford Island locality with green tree pythons. Beautiful locality. People, it's real similar to Biak, but it's not a Biak. It's different. And a lot of people want their hands on it. Let's just say that. But anyways, it got out and it escaped. And it was out for like over a month. I gave up on it. I was like, dude, this thing's gone. Like, it's like, come on, like it's a green tree. Like they stay high ground. They're rarely on the floor, and it was fucking cold. Like it was so cold. It was right when our cold front hit. So anyways, I'm at Cusco's. My wife blows me up. She's FaceTiming me, right? And I'm like, what's up? And as soon as I answer it, there's my fucking snake. She's like, here. I was like, this is it. And I thought it was dead. I'm like, oh my God, you found it. She's like, it's alive. I'm like, it's alive. I was like, are you for reals? She's like, yeah, I'm for reals. I'm like, pick it up. She's like, I can't. I'm like, oh my God, Lily, this is a matter of life and death. You need to get that snake right now. And dude, oh man, she was. And apparently I couldn't really see that well, but apparently it was just striking the shit out of her. Like it was just like, what bam, like, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh shit. I was like, all right. I was like, where's it at? She's like, it's in the room. And I guess it made it from this room to our bedroom. So it was in the bedroom. I was like, go get a plastic lid. I was like, I'll tell you exactly how to do this. Go get a plastic lid. I'm telling her what to do. And she's just like upset, like she's crying, you know what I mean? I'm just like, and there's nothing I can do because I'm in fucking, wherever the hell city fucking Cusco lives, somewhere up north, I forget. It's a really, really nice town, by the way. But I'm just saying, dude, oh man, she just didn't want to get bit. And I was like, dude, it's not that bad. I was like, this is your moment. I was like, just get bit. I was like, we need this snake. I was like, we need it. And she's like, I don't want to get bit. And I was like, oh man, I was like, just go get the lid. And she got the lid and she still struggled a little bit. And bro, literally we were going live. Like I literally had to hang up on her. I was like, Lily, this is up to you. I told her, I was like, this is on you right now. You know that, right? And she's just like, she was not happy, but she got the lid. She got the snake inside and now it's here. Fucking.
Hey, that's a good story, man. And
my poor wife
survived for a month out of the tank and everything.
Look, here's Brian. Brian was here, bro. Brian was totally there when this was all going down. I love you, Brian. He was totally there when this was all going down. And he was just like, what? Like, he was laughing, though. Fucking Brian. Oh, man. This is crazy.
Does Lily help you feed and all that stuff?
She doesn't like that. But then I don't, that's something I rather do, too, because I'm sure she wouldn't mind the frozen thawed stuff. But, like, there is sometimes where, because I have another local guy who really takes care of me. So, and I want to support him, you know what I mean? So, I have the support of Cold Blooded Cafe and, so I'll do like a week of frozen thawed and then sometimes I'll just do a week of live. And so the live I like to do because I don't want my snakes getting bit and I make sure, you know what I mean? And Lily just does not like hearing a rat fucking go out. She's really like, she has a big heart with stuff like that. Like, and I feel like, that's why I got over breeding rats too, because there's just so much death going on with the rats. So, that's not a job I haven't really needed her for. You know what I mean? I do the feeding, and I rather just be in charge of that. That way, if something does go wrong, I'm the only person to blame. Because how many snakes are you currently at? How many do you keep?
Well, with the hatchlings I have right now, I'm close to 100. Okay,
cool. That's respectable.
So that's all ball pythons. Mine, I have 5 hognose. And so everything else is all ball pythons. And my wife's the same thing though. I mean, she'll help me with the frozen thawed, but I handle the live. But I've actually got her. She used to hate the beaded lizard, because the whole bite and all that. She hated them. But now she's the one that actually feeds them the frozen thawed, and she likes them. They're like becoming buddies. She comes in here and talks to them and everything. I told her, man, like out of everything we have, this guy is the most laziest, chill thing. I mean, he's not going to get you. And he just like walks up, you know how they do, and they just grab their frozen thing.
So we're talking the beaded that got you.
Yeah. I mean,
so let's talk about your bite. I got to hear about what happened with your bite. Let's walk through that.
All right. So I probably had it. It was when it was still like real small, like fit in the palm of my hand. And I'd only had it for like a week or two, man. And like a day or two prior, Earl from Lone Star, big shout out to him. He called me and he like ran me down on the rules. Like, it's venomous. Handle it with gloves. Don't handle it when you're by yourself in case you do have a reaction if you get bit. Blah, all these protocols. So, of course, I did the exact opposite. And it was actually the morning I was going to leave to go do a collab with Cusco and go hang out at Cusco's house, man. And I came out here first thing in the morning to take my Instagram photo. I grabbed him barehanded, lifted him up, took the picture. Right when I took the picture, he turned around and bit me on the edge of my thumb right here. And when they bite, they're like a pit bull, man. He like started chomping. And like when he got me twice, and then when he went for the third one, he kind of let up a little bit. I just pulled him, put him in his tank. And then I was like, oh, crap, what am I going to do? And I called the breeder that I got him from and, like, asked him, I'm like, man, what's up? And he's like, well, how long's it been? I'm like, it's been 30 minutes. He's like, you're good. If we're going to get any of it, you would get it. But slowly, as I'm driving to Cusco's, man, like I drive one-handed, I'm watching my left hand just blow up. By the time I got to Cusco's, man, my entire hand, all the way up to my forearm was just swollen. And
oh my God,
there's B-roll in one of our videos that we did, man, where I'm using my left hand to pet one of his repicks, and my hand looks like Gavin from Balls to You, man. Like that whole arm is like like on swole status, man. And I was like, oh shit. So I was lucky though. I'm not recommending anybody free handle, beat the lizards. I'm not recommending getting bit. Like I got lucky. I didn't experience any of the pain symptoms that everyone talks about, but I had severe swelling. So,
damn. And then I hear you were in pain for like almost a week, or like it doesn't go away for a while, or what? Like, what was the aftermath like?
So it was swollen for a week straight, and then when the swelling subsided, then my arm hurt. It was like real sensitive from being swollen for so long, and then. Yeah, man. Then I told my wife what happened. My wife and kids were all away on vacation, and I stayed home to work. And so then I told her about it. So then after that, she hated the beaded lizard. But now they're besties, man. She's the one that feeds them, and like I said, every time she comes out here, she talks to them, and yeah, they're best friends. I mean, they're basically a ball python with legs that happen to have a little bit of venom. That's how. I mean, they are venomous. Don't get me wrong, but. Bro, I don't know about yours, but mine's pretty lazy, bro.
Say that to mine, bro. Mine's fucking. I don't know what Miguel did to this guy, but he's fucking just. I mean, he's kind of starting to laze out because I'm just feeding not feeding the shit out of him, but I'm just feeding this fucker, and he's really active at night, bro. This fool be on branches, like he just goes everywhere, and I think that's really cool. I really admire fucking the way they literally, because from what I've only seen, beadeds just roam the ground, but. Stephen Cush was like, hey, do you put branches in there? Put this because they're semi-arboreal. And I'm like, all right. And literally it's using every inch of that fucking enclosure. And I'm like, damn, like it's crazy. So definitely want to get another one. Miguel knows I really want to get a female for this dude. But yeah, this dude's he's mean, bro. And it's cool because listen, at the end of the day, I had a rattlesnake and, even though I did handle it, I knew it was a big no-no. So this right here, I don't mind that I can't put my hands on it. Even though, do you want to know what I did?
Yeah.
This motherfucker was chomping on I gave it a chick, right? I gave it on a chick and it was like halfway like eating it. And I just like, oh, it's like, what is it going to do? You can't bite me with the food in its mouth. No, yes, it can, bro. Oh my God. This fool came so close. Like, yeah, he was swallowing, but like he still had his mouth exposed and he still had room to close, like a lot of room to close. And I was like, that was stupid. And I was like, why the fuck did I do that, bro? Yeah, so I'm good. I'm good on holding him. I'm good.
I've noticed with mine, because I do handle mine with gloves. I put a glove on my left hand, hold him in my left hand, and then I go bare with my right hand. And once I get him out of his tank, his enclosure, he chills out. I think he's kind of like cage defensive. But once I get him out and he knows he's being handled and not fed, then he kind of chills out. But getting him out, man. They're quick with that side-to-side little huff and puff that they do. They're quick in that part, but
yeah. Damn. So, and where did you? It was my mind's going blank. Who did you get yours from? Your beaded
from Taboo Exotics, Jonathan.
I'm pretty sure that's where mine came from, right?
I think so. Yeah. Jonathan actually works the booth with Porter's pythons and stuff at the shows and stuff too.
Okay, cool. I could talk to that dude because I just want to get another one so bad. Like I'm just itching to get another one.
Yeah.
And I heard they could cohab really good.
Yeah, I've done some research on them and stuff, and I know some people do, and then some people have like a tank that has like a divider, so you can divide them up if you need to or whatever. And yeah,
that'd be smart. Good idea.
I just plan on keeping mine solo. He's just like my little mascot. I don't ever want to breed him, but that could always change. But
yeah, that's a good thing. Is like the animals I keep will be either a keep, regardless if they breed for me or not. But I could also always let go of a breeding project, meaning like something I do breed for eggs. If I do it and I'm like, man, I did it, I could also just stop doing it and not do it, and put it in the hand and always put it in the hands of someone who really is passionate about it. You know what I mean? That's what I do with my olives. I had my Australian olives, even though I didn't produce them, but still I had a trio of Australian olives. And then I also have a trio of Papuan olives. And I just fell more in love with the Papuans throughout time. Then I'm like, damn, these are all going to get really massively big. But then I was like, I'm not going to just give these to somebody. I raised these olives myself for like almost 4 years. I'm in love with them. But then I saw randomly that Full Throttle's Reptiles, Alyssa, remember Alyssa? Shout out to Alyssa. Alyssa was like really trying to get her hands on some Australian olives that were looking into it. And I talked to her and it all worked out. And she has Harry, Semi, and Baby Wang.
Yeah. I remember when she got them. I follow her too. Alyssa's cool people. Like you said, shout out to Alyssa.
Shout out to Alyssa. Yeah. Her room's coming along really, really sick too. It's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah. It looks nice, man. I've been watching that progress go down. The floor. I like that flooring and stuff. Yeah.
Right. Now with your room, right? How you said, I remember we were talking earlier, you were telling me, or before we went live, you were telling me that this was the first house you've ever purchased, right? The house you're in right now.
Yeah. So we never used our garage for a garage, so I divided it in half. So the front part still has a garage door that opens and is more like a tool shed up front. And then where the garage door opener where the garage door stops on the track when you open it, I put a wall in right there. So put a mini split in, put my brick decor and LEDs and all that stuff, and made it a little ball python room, my little snake pit.
So that's not real brick behind you?
No, it just looks really real.
It really does. No, props to you. I thought that was like your basement, and I thought that was like the I don't know. I really thought that was like how it's legit.
Yeah. Okay. You see right up there.
You fucking con artist. I'm just kidding.
That's the garage door opener up there. That's on this side of the wall.
Dang, that's fucking sick. So your room, right? Your room has obviously evolved. Like you start doing, you see, your rack systems and stuff like that, which I've seen you add. But what's the biggest change to your room you think you've done that's really shown some progress for you?
Well, for me, I started off with the mini split, so I kind of take that thing for granted, man, because that thing's a godsend. I just set it at 80 degrees and it heats or cools. But the thing that really upgraded me as far as efficiency is I installed a big stainless steel sink in here for washing tubs, man, and that has like made my life so good. I mean, it's so easy to just grab a tub from over here and walk over here and wash it versus go outside with the hose or all the other crazy stuff I was doing, man. But yeah, man, of course the racks though. The racks were like, those are a big investment. I mean, anybody that has freedom breeders or has looked into them, I mean, they're not cheap, but they're the best of the best. So
I mean, and then once you have them built and you start putting your animals in them, like the price thing is kind of relevant. You know what I mean? And I only say that because I know people like you. I've actually seen them in person, and you know what I mean? It's crazy because like not even money could get these racks for you right away. You just gotta wait. Like it's nuts. And because that's how bad people want them. I'm late to the show a little bit, but I'm gonna get there. And like I said, whoever has one already, props. I mean, look how they look just behind behind Shane right now. Looks awesome. And obviously, you're gonna get more as you continue. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this this one right here, that's only got a few white labels. I mean, it's pretty empty right now, but that's actually all for my holdbacks that I produced. It's already full in reality. I'm just waiting for those snakes to get bigger. So I ordered it way in advance, so I'm not behind the 8 ball on that, you know, stay out ahead of the game. But dude, the freedom breeder racks are the best of the best, you know, like being able to pull out that top insert for when a snake like paints a cage. You don't have to reach back there and clean the roof of the enclosure, man. You just pull it out, scrub it down, and throw it back out. Dude, they save so much time. They're so efficient.
Okay. Yeah, they really are, man. I'll tell you that much. What about the projects that you pursue? You know, because I mean, I know in the beginning I sold you a blade clown that I got from Miguel, proven breeder, and that motherfucker wasted no time, and now he's not wasting no time with you. And I'm like, oh, dude, fucking little Bato, killing it. But yeah, your clown's a big fucking project for you, right? Like you big player for you, but like, what about clown? Like, you know, that you have involved with.
I'm actually going long term. I'm going double recessive genetic stripe clown, so I'm already laying down my double heads. Got pairings planned up this year to throw in more codoms with the double heads and just keep switching it around and building the double head army as I go along. But yeah, man, I bought that blade clown from you, and he was the dad of my Batman clutch. I hatched out 4 Batmans, 1 in 16 odds, and hit 4 in 1 clutch, man. And yeah, so that was like the highlight. That was my best clutch of my rookie year by far. That was pretty sick, man. You know. And that weird calico looking gene popped up in that same clutch. So I don't know if it came from mom or dad or if it's a random mutation. I'm calling it the Kelley Co right now until I figure out otherwise. If it even is a mutation. I mean, I don't know. I held back the female. I'll breed her out later on. But yeah, man, that was my highlight for sure.
That's sick, man. And you know, it's awesome is like, you know, you can't get rid of something like that. You got to just hold on to it and just see what the fuck, you know, what that's all about, because that's how new genes are discovered. You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. But without that blade clown, I wouldn't have had that clutch, because I have a red stripe clown combo that was supposed to be my all-star for my rookie year, and he would not breed for nothing. I didn't have a backup. I happened to catch you selling your blade clown, picked him up, and he put in all the work for that whole first season for all my clown stuff, man. So, right. Yeah. Have a backup male, guys. That's the best beginner advice I can give you, man. Have a backup male. Yeah, 100%. Because without that, I mean, nothing's guaranteed. I mean, nothing's even guaranteed with your backup male. You know what I mean? It's just sometimes you just you never know, you know. And it's also snakes, bro. Like nothing's guaranteed with this, you know. I have people tell me like, "Oh, do you plan on doing this for a living full time?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I would love to, you know." But you know, people just say, well, how do you like know that your production is going to continue? I'm like, well, you just got to set yourself up like that, you know. Like if you push yourself to get so much clutches, you will hit a certain number. You know what I mean? But yeah. That's just how it is. But we're at our hour mark, bro. We're going to take the first caller of the episode. So we have somebody tapping in. Apex Mutations. He is going to have a question for you. What's going on, dog? What's up, Nick?
How's it going, Nick?
Nice. Sorry, man. I'm at work, so I'm taking a step out and shit. So what's good?
Nothing. Beautiful day. Looks like a beautiful day where you're at.
Oh, man, yeah, it was like negative 35 here last week, and now it's, I don't even know, like 60 something today.
All right, cool. What's your question for Shane, bro?
All right, so how many Partho clutches have you had since you started breeding?
I had one Partho clutch. Yeah,
one, and that was her first time breeding, right?
Yeah, so that's something I noticed when I started doing research. It seems common, or from what I gather, I'm not an expert, but a lot of people I talked to that had Partho clutches, they were also from first-time moms most of the time as well. So I don't know if there's a link there or if it's just coincidence. But
and how many locks did you end up doing with her in the male that you chose?
Man, they locked up like 6, 7, 8 times, and that male produced viable clutches for me with another female. So I know the male's good, you know.
Right. So what if she ends up throwing another Partho clutch next year?
I don't know. I'm definitely going to breed her again because she's already back on food, slamming food and all that, and she's part of my genetic stripe into my clown project. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm saving all 3 of those Partho babies though.
Yeah, and they're doing good. I mean,
Yeah,
besides the one that, yeah,
all the ones that survived, they're all eating like champs. And in fact, I just fed them yesterday, and yeah, man. I mean, they're a little on the small side, but I mean, it was 11 egg clutch, so everything was a little smaller, but. Out of 11 eggs, only 3 made it through, and that's like one of the hallmarks of the Partho stuff too. So
yeah, for sure. But I don't know. So what would you end up doing if she throws another Partho clutch next year? Like, would you just keep trying year after year, or like, what's up?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, for me, I would still keep trying even after that year, But a lot of times, that from what I've heard from other, like the bigger name people, they're like, well, Partho babies usually don't make it to full adulthood unless there's like some form of sterility there and stuff like that. Like, have you put any thought into that stuff?
yeah, well, as far as the mom that threw the Parthos, I ain't getting rid of her. I'll keep breeding her, and we'll see what happens in the future. Even if she throws another Partho clutch, I'll still hold on to her and keep breeding her. She's one of my personal favorite visually appealing snakes, so she ain't going nowhere. And then I'm holding back all 3 of those Partho babies. And if they make it to adulthood, I plan on breeding them just for my own little information,
Yeah, I mean, that'd be good to follow through and watch that on. But yeah, I mean, that was really it with that part. And another one, what kind of keeps you going to make those YouTube videos, man? Because I'm so fucking lazy. And I'm not really lazy. I still work like shit. I don't know, 100-something hours a week. Which, by the way, before I stepped away from nursing for a few years, and I went and I was an arborist for a few years. I saw that you were too.
Yeah.
Shit, probably one of my most favorite jobs I've ever had on the planet was that. Like,
yeah, it's definitely an adrenaline junkie type job. I like swinging around in the trees, and yeah, I had a tree trimming business off and on for half of my life, but as far as what keeps me grinding with the YouTube is just commitment, man. Like, and when I first started, I just committed to 1 video a week, and then I was managing that fine, so I bumped it up to 2. And I'm gonna tell you right now, 2 is my limit. I don't see me ever going over 2 a week because I would be overwhelmed. You know what I mean? So I just kind of keep it where it's manageable for me personally, and just keep rolling, man. I feel obligated too for the audience because there's a core group of people that watch every single video, even if they're crap. So I feel obligated to them too to always meet the deadline.
No, I get that. Usually I just hop in on people's live video chats and stuff like that, and like Iron Dog Reptiles and stuff. I'm always in on his YouTube videos, but I just find that to be easier than me going and making a video and then editing it. Is that's just a pain in the ass. I don't say you guys go through and do that shit because it takes me at least an hour and a half to 2 hours just to edit a video down to like 10 or 15 minutes and upload it, and it's just like
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoy that part. I try to get better with that end too. I've definitely gotten more efficient with the editing side of it because like my first few videos, man, it literally took me like days to edit them because I didn't know what I was doing whatsoever. And I've got it down. But I make a lot of mistakes, and when I get rolling, I'll stutter and stuff and stammer, and I can edit that crap out. You know what I mean? And make it seem a little bit more smooth. So I enjoy the editing because I can erase all my mistakes.
No, I hear that. I mean, my biggest is like how I speak whenever I'm on camera. Like, not right now. I'm actually talking pretty fast. But whenever I'm trying to make a YouTube video, I have a lot of pauses because, Midwest, I like to talk kind of slow with some pauses in between. And then I'm like, shit, even this is hard for me to watch.
Yeah.
And MJ, how long do you spend editing your stuff?
I spend 0 time editing my stuff. I'm as raw as it gets. I don't do any kind of editing, so I'm just fuck it. You know what I mean?
Hey, don't let MJ fool you though. When he was vlogging, man, his edits were tight, man. I like.
You're talking about vlogging. Yeah. Oh, back when I did my little. I haven't done. Oh, see, I don't do that no more. So, that right there. Yeah, bro. I would just go one long ass, like wouldn't stop and then just edit from there. Like I wouldn't do any kind of takes or anything like that. I would just go a huge ass long shot. And then, you know, like Shane said, if I stuttered or fucking said something stupid, I would just go and just take little edits. But that's the tedious stuff, dude, because you would think something's done. And then you'd be like, you actually upload it, and then you'll notice something. You'd be like, oh my fucking God, you got to be shitting me. And then you have to go and redo it, upload it. Oh man, it's a pain in the ass. But hey, listen, real quick. Thanks for tapping in, Nick. We got our second caller waiting. I don't want to make him wait too much longer. So thanks for being here. You're the man, bro. And I'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right, see you guys.
All right.
Later, Nick.
Second caller. Here he is, Brian Cusco. Second caller.
Oh, you're good. You could have left Nick on there all day, man. I'm just chilling out in my front yard.
Your face is too good. Your face is too good not to have on the big screen. So it's good.
Hey, with the nice oak tree in the background, I love the scenery. Cusco, always cinematic. I mean, this guy is a professional, man.
I love
I've got a nice setup over there. I got these barrels sitting over there. I'll take you over to our studio today, where we're going to be recording a whiskey channel all day long. So by the end of the day, it's going to be a real good time over here. I built this little thing. I got a question for you though, Shane. Here, I got a couple of barrels, throw a table on top.
Yeah.
I built this little platform so we can stand on level ground. There's no such thing as level ground in a Atascadero. My question for you, Shane, is will you be upset with me if I don't make it out there before you move to Tennessee?
Oh, he dropped it, dude. Okay, hold on. He said I wasn't allowed to talk about it, and I'm glad you talked about it. So now we can talk.
What? How long are you trying to keep it secret for?
No, let's talk about it.
Delete the video.
Nope, it's live.
No, I will not be mad at you, Cusco. You'll just have an open invitation to come visit me in Tennessee.
All right. Well, are you going to be mad at me for dropping that information that I guess I wasn't supposed to drop just now?
Dude, he's notorious for that. This guy's notorious for that. He is notorious for that. Just so you know, he's notorious for that.
A majority of the reptile community is already in the know, but there's some family things I needed to take care of. But I mean, it's all right. They might not be watching this. I don't know.
Right, well,
I don't know if they follow my social media.
I hope I didn't get you in trouble, dude. I figured you would have told everybody by now.
That's what I thought.
Well, you heard it here first on the track.
Aren't you going in like a couple weeks?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're out of here on March 16th, man. We're
see, that's the thing. I'm not gonna be able to make. There's no way I'm able to make it out there before then, man. There's just not. But the plus side is I'll come out there. I'll see you and Matt and the whole Tennessee crew and get everybody in. That'll be fun.
Yeah, and I'll actually be living like 10 minutes from Matt. So
perfect. Yeah, let's do it like that then.
And
MJ,
actually,
I love your Saturday morning things, man.
Public thanks.
I love you, dude.
Because you did a video with Dave Dornzeif about him moving his collection. Yeah, so I contacted him, and he's walking me through moving my collection across the country, man. Like,
Dave basically had snakes hatching out on the road.
yeah. So I'm following his lead, man. I'm doing everything according to the way he said on the video, and then I talked to him on Messenger, and he ran me down the whole program, man. So
Dave Dornzeif, 3D Reptiles, that is a solid dude. That's a really good guy right there, man.
I got a couple. I got a couple.
Willing to answer all my questions, even the stupid ones. My stressed out questions, like should I add heat? Should I not add heat? He's like, man, just keep the cab comfortable. You'll be good.
I got a couple things real quick since you're here, Cusco. I just want to say, okay.
Okay.
First one, damn it, the first one was important and I fucking forgot it. Okay, I'll just go to the second one. The second one, and I truly mean this. I love Nerd. I truly mean this. I don't have anything against Nerd. Okay,
Fantastic.
Respect.
Glad to hear it.
I want to say that publicly because I just want to say that so that way everyone knows I have nothing against Nerd at all.
Fantastic. I love it.
There was something else.
But you forgot you don't remember the first one though?
It was important. It was like the Nerd thing's important, but this one was really important, and I just fucking forgot. Anyways, I'm
taking another dab.
I just did. Hey, no, well, can you kind of rule? I mean, I also want to know. Tell us a little bit more about your whiskey channel, please, if you don't mind. Like, where did this stems from? I know you love whiskey, but like, you have somebody who is on the show with you and whatnot.
Yeah, my buddy Matt from SoCal Herps works a lot with hognose snakes and is one of the few people that breeds red-eye croc skinks. And he actually should be here now. He's late. So I've loved whiskey for a long time. I've been drinking whiskey since, well, I mean, for a long, long time, but actually like been an enthusiast and enjoying it for a good 15 years. Spent some time over in Ireland and Scotland and really learned a lot about it there and have always been into it since then. I don't talk about it all the time, but I probably know as much about whiskey as I do about snakes, which
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, you know, people you're like we're geeks for reptiles. Like I'm just as much of a geek for whiskey. Like I learned about all the history, the tasting notes, like what goes into the mash bills, all kinds of stuff like that. And I thought it'd be fun to do a channel on it, and that's where it is, and it is fun. It has been fun, and I'd like to merge more of them. Like I get people that are into whiskey over to snakes and vice versa. Like yeah, it's just fun. That's what it is.
Do me a favor if you don't mind. That way I have it real quick. When you get off, text me the link to your channel. I'll put it in the description below. That way people can check it out.
Okay, thanks, bro.
Yeah, because I came across it later than I should, and I was like, whoa, this is fucking sick. Like your whole setup, it's super Cusco vibe. Like you obviously know the producer is fucking the person doing everything is Cusco, but why I love it because it's neat. It's like it's not fucking, you know.
One of my points though was I didn't want to edit it much. I was like, I just want to like do a take and let's do it. Like I don't have time to edit any more than I already do. So I was just like, we can record it. I'll like cut it out, put an intro and outro, and we're done. That's it. Don't mess up.
Even the table, like just your setup, like just like the way your glasses are out, like it's you. It's just awesome. I love it. I hope it goes well with you guys. But either way, it's cool that it's
been fun so far.
Yeah. I found out. I remember. See, the dab worked. I remember what it was. We're even.
I knew it would.
We're even.
Are we?
Yeah, we're even now because you just mentioned the Tennessee thing. That's a
well, that wasn't just me messing up the third time.
No, well, remember you only owed me 2. The first one I forgot I got back. I don't remember how I got it back. Oh, I sent a number to somebody and you're like, what the fuck? Your number. And I was like, there's one. I was like, I get one more. Right. Yeah, I was like, I get one more, and then you just gave it to me right now on the live. So we're good. Even Steven, bro, we're all good.
I'm sorry, Shane. I'm gonna stop stealing your live stream, dude. This is about Shane. I'm out of here.
All right. Hey, have a good one. Thanks, Brian Cusco. See you later, dude.
Yeah, man. Love you guys.
Later, Brian. Thanks for stopping in.
Epic callers, man. There you go, Shane.
Yeah, I love both of those guys. I love both of those guys.
How are you liking, and I also want to hear from the viewers also, but how are you liking the whole radio station vibe where you get people to call in and ask you questions?
Dude, that's sick. I like it. I mean, it's a good format. And like as a guest, like I got to be on my toes because I don't know who you're bringing on or what they could possibly bring up. So it's kind of like, and then you show them up and I'm like, oh, okay, we're good.
Now, one thing I will say though, because I know who emails me or I have a good idea, and I'm not going to say I pick favorites, but like I will pick somebody who I feel is going to, I feel like who knows Shane or know this guest who's going to ask a really solid questions. But honestly, at the end of the day, I could just pick someone random too. But if I know somebody, then I have a better chance of them asking a legit question and not doing something fucking stupid. You never know.
Both of those guests are good. I actually messaged with both of those guys, and obviously I talked to Cusco and everything. So yeah, solid. Oh man, all right. So what's awesome is the inspiration we get in this industry, man. And one thing I will also give you another reach around for is that you're inspiring people, man. You're really inspiring people, and I feel like you're building your own like group. Or not group, but like the people who fuck with you are staying with you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I could see that not only on your YouTube channel, but definitely on Instagram, man. Like you have a lot of good support on Instagram. So how much do you put yourself out there to get that kind of support, you think? Man, well, my YouTube channel is as real and transparent as it can get. I try to keep it mostly about the reptiles, obviously, because that's what the main theme is. But yeah, man, and everyone on Instagram, I spend a lot of time interacting with everyone. Anyone that interacts with me, I try to interact back. And same with YouTube. And I get a ton of DMs and emails, and I I mean, I wake up extra early just to respond to all that stuff, just to make sure I don't miss things and everything. And I think that's key too. You know how Instagram has that little folder of people that you're not following or whatever. I'm always checking over there and replying to those too, man. Because I don't know, I feel it's good. And you mentioned earlier, man, I just stay out of the drama and just stay with the positive.
Good move. Woo, I don't even want to talk about it, man. If anyone knows, and Shane knows me enough to where, like, you know, just don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, everyone has their problems. Everyone has. So, like, really, like, the shit that people like to bitch about is, like, it's not valid to me. Like, I don't think bitching is valid, period. Like, it doesn't get you anywhere. Like, fucking being a bitch about something gets you nowhere.
Right.
And especially when it doesn't even involve you. You know what I mean? Like, with shit that has nothing to do with you and you're pissed off for it, right? Anyway, but there's just certain things you just don't want to get your nose involved in. And Shane knows already what to do and just stay out of any kind of drama whatsoever. Because I guarantee Shane got some sort of bullshit, rude motherfucker at some point. Like, I mean, I guarantee you gained some people who are jealous of you for sure, 110%. Because I know there's people that you just passed up in this shit, and respect to you. You know what I mean? But you know, you definitely probably fucking put some sour fucking milk in some people's cereal by doing it, even though you're not trying to. You're just fucking Shane Kelley from, you know, small town Xotics, but you know, you don't really fuck with that stuff. You just push forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I guess I kind of lied earlier, man. So I reply to everyone, but if I see anyone saying anything negative, man, I just roll on by. I don't even give them the time of day to reply, man, or anything. I just roll on by. I'm not even going to pay it any attention. You know what I mean? Because me personally, I don't need that in my life. Mentally, I mean, I'm obsessive. I think all of us reptile guys are. So I just don't need my mind going down that path. So I just roll on by and see you later, homie.
Now, what were you like, though? Let's just say back when you were getting locked up and shit. Did you have a different vibe to you then? Like, were you a little bit like, or were you always still nice? Like, I mean, because I feel like you've had a lot of learning curves and shit. And especially now that you have a chapter 2 family and you're just, you know, like I said, from what I've seen, you're killing it. But what were you like before all this, you know?
Well, I am this way today because of everything I've been through, man. So, like, I never regret anywhere I've been, even though it might have been some messed up places. But yeah, I used to be like in the middle of every mix, and dude, I mean, like I was hell on wheels, man. If there was like any kind of drama or anything, like if there was some fights that needed anything stupid, like I was there, man. Like I wanted to be in the middle of it. So now I'm like the opposite of that, because that never worked for me. That just created hell in my life. So I go the opposite way now. I avoid confrontation now because it's useless anyways. Even if you do roll up and like get in a fight, even if you win, what did you win, man? You didn't win nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it don't matter, man. So just keep on rolling. I don't even let my mind go down that path. And a lot of people that are in that state of mind and trying to throw shade on you and stuff, man, they're looking for attention. So don't even play into it.
I mean, the way I look at it too, and this is obviously a mentality I'm growing out of it because it's dumb, but you know, back in the day, or not even back in the day, now, you know, even people I still grow up and hang out with now, you say something stupid or disrespectful, you get hit in the mouth. You know what I mean? Right. But then if you learn something from it, it's squashed. You move on. You move forward from it.
Right.
And I just know that 99, if not, okay, maybe what last time I checked my stats, 98.6% of the people who fucking come at you with their keyboards, super raw, super aggressive. If they were to run into you in person, they would not be about that life. They wouldn't. They would probably just act like they like you for the most part, because I've witnessed that myself, and it's fucking shocking. It's weird. Especially if you're like, all right, if you saw me this time, you're more likely going to see me again.
Yep.
So, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, Shane, I just don't like fake shit. Keep it real. Just keep it real, because what's being fake going to do for you? You know what I mean? Especially around me, it ain't going to work. You know what I mean? I just don't like it. I just, you know, and like going back to when I was telling you in the beginning, when I saw you come into the game and I saw you, you know, I could see what your angles were, like what you're doing. And I just didn't know. I didn't know at that time if I thought it was genuine enough until I gave you the time to prove, not that you had to prove shit, by the way, this is just me talking. But I would, you know, like, wow, this motherfucker is doing something with what he's doing. You're producing animals, which is the biggest thing, right? Like, you produce, you're producing, and that kind of thing is what you're building off of. Whenever you get a clutch, you put the content out there. And so that's what people like to see. And that's what's working for you. You're keeping it fucking what it's about to be. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I think you're definitely a good example, bro, of what, what you should be doing. And I want, that's another reason why I wanted to bring you on. It kind of, fuck, so many people have been bringing you on, god damn it. And I didn't know that. I was like, god damn, so many people are having Shane on their shows, but it's Trap Talk, bro. Trap ain't no show like this show. No disrespect to any shows out there, but coolest reptile podcast in the world. You know what I mean? But I only have the coolest people on in the world, bro. And you're definitely one of them. And I see a great future in you, bro. I see that you have longevity built in Small Town Xotics brand, which I still want to talk a little bit about your projects. Okay. And because I know obviously you got a lot of stuff I'm sure you're looking forward to. So this year, 2021, what are some of the most anticipated clutches that you have that are looking pretty good to you right now?
Well, I've got, so part of my thing was about getting males. So I've got some males growing up that may or may not breed. So, my projects right now are like highly dependent on if some of these males can breed. Like I'm in the redhead project and I think he's going to be able to breed later on this year, man. So when I start producing some double head, he's a pastel butter redhead hypo. So I should be putting out some double head hypo clowns that also have redhead in the mix. And always, I'm making double head genetic stripe clowns. But that's not going to be like showstopper stuff. That's building blocks for the future.
There it is.
And yeah, man, I got a disco pied project that should be popping off too. And I'm really going to come of age, hopefully in 2022, because that's when my sunset project and all that shit will be of size. And so, I just barely got through my rookie year, and I'm going into, I don't even know what comes after a rookie.
Hey, but okay. No, well, yeah, you're best basically what? So you're novice. You go into your novice year,
Yeah. So like
novice year, and then you'll, someday, which, when do you consider yourself a professional? Because I feel like there's people who are on a professional level and they just don't do it full time. They choose not to, even though they could if they want to. But like, at what point do you consider yourself a professional? We don't know, because I don't consider myself a professional. You know what I mean? This just is fun to me. I look at Barcheck as a professional, 110%. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Miguel, I look at Miguel as a professional, 110%. You know what I mean? But I think when it comes down to what you put into it, you know what I mean? Because that's what it comes down to, is what you put into it. Because you only get with what you put into it. And I don't know. I definitely like just having those racks behind you. It's funny to say this, but like that's an investment, right? That's showing that you are more about this than anyone who's just willing to get snakes and pay for $100 tank. You know what I mean? Like you want more than the usual person, right?
Yeah. I don't want to waste any money either. You could buy, homemade racks or build them yourself or whatever, but are they going to last? I'd rather just spend the money once, avoid all the headaches, go to the best in the business, and roll from there, man. These racks should be still running 20 years from now,
Right. No. And what's crazy is, man, I've seen racks that I didn't even know were Freedom Breeder racks, but remember the OG white ones? They used to be white.
Yeah.
From like the 90s.
Yeah.
Pet Kingdom right here in San Diego. If you ever anybody who comes to San Diego, make sure you go check out my homie Matt's shop, Pet Kingdom in Point Loma. But dude, these motherfuckers been in the game for years. And I remember going by and they had racks for sale and they were kind of rusty, but they were white and everything was still put together. And they were from it was like a mid-90s rack. And man, I couldn't believe it. And you know what's funny? They still wanted like almost $2,000 for it. Because the value never goes away. You know what I mean? So that right there like stood out to me. And that's all I was like, oh, Freedom Breeder. And I put the dots together and but I guess I'm just waiting for my home.
And like this version here that they got, they're stainless steel, man. They would survive an atomic bomb, bro. They're built.
And that tray that pulls out so legit. Do you have that tray too? That thing that slides out so hard. Yeah, that right there by itself is like, dude, you should have turned that light on a long time. Would you just turn a light on? I'm confused.
Oh no, I think I moved my computer and adjusted the light.
I was like, God damn, I felt like you just turned a light box on. It just fucking anyway. But yeah, so your sunset stuff. So you're building a sunset army now, like you're building up pets or what do you got going on right now with your sunsets?
I only got a few snakes in the project, but the females need another year before they can breed. So that's just kind of like on standby. I do have some puzzle stuff growing, but same thing, man. They probably won't be breeding until 2022. So right now, this year, I'm just messing with pieds, clowns, and genetic stripes.
Okay,
so that's all I'm working with this year. Variation, all different stuff going on. But like I said, if my redhead hypo, I think he'll be able to breed, man. I'll be throwing out some of that redhead gene. So I'm excited to work with that. I mean, that's a relatively new project. Justin kind of blew it up with his video release, but
yeah, go figure.
Not much has been done with it, man. So I'm excited to just see what it's like. Virgin territory, man. Let's like throw it in a bunch of stuff and see what pops out, you know?
Has he made a super redhead yet? Is that even feasible? Or a super redhead, like red to red?
I don't think Justin has. I think someone else has, but I like Justin proved, of course, that it works good with spot nose. So probably that's why Justin's pursuing it. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for him, but man, just a single gene redhead clown is dope, man. I mean, that thing is on fire, man. I love it.
Yeah. That's the thing, dude. That's why I feel like clown's so important, because if you just find that right gene that goes with it,
yeah,
you're in the money. You know what I mean? Like, you're good. You hold back a female, fuck, it's over. You know what I mean? You're good in like 2.5 years, 3 years. It's nuts. Your feeding, bro. Your regiments as far as your feeding goes, right? Are you on frozen thawed or live right now? What do you feed?
I use frozen thawed for about, I don't know, maybe. I guess it would be about 80% of the collection, because I have to get about 20 live a week for some. You know, some snakes just don't want to switch over no matter how I serve them frozen thawed. And mainly it's these proven breeders I got. I mean, they were on live their whole life. They don't, man. I've tried everything. Tried not feeding them for 4 weeks, you know, offering frozen thawed, dry, heated up, wet, you know, all the whatever. But ultimately I need them to breed, so if they want cheeseburgers, I'll give them cheeseburgers. I don't care. I'm just playing. Don't feed your snakes cheeseburgers. But if these girls want it, they get whatever they want. You know what I mean?
What's crazy is, like, dude, this morning I was meal prepping my Bell's phases fucking, you know, I guess monthlies, because it's on ground turkey. It's on ground turkey and hard boiled eggs. And then it's on gizzards and gizzards and hearts and shit. Like the diet for this thing is so diverse. You know what I mean? And not a lot of people do that. A lot of people just do rodents and stuff like that. But I'm literally taking advice from somebody who's breeding Bell's phase monitors. So I don't give a shit what anybody else is doing. I'm going to follow what the hell this guy's been doing because he's breeding them. And he's breeding, you know, shout out to Sims Containers. They're breeding some of the most beautiful fucking bells that you could find, period. And it's nuts. But if you think about it, they take extra steps into their dieting. They do a little bit more than what they can do to get their fucking animals thriving the way they want. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think all those things are important. Now, what I'm getting at with that is you have people who like to feed smaller meals versus larger meals. Where are you at with that? So
I used to feed the biggest I thought they could handle, but I've since changed my way. I go from a small to the guy I get my frozen from has a small medium. So, you know, a little bit bigger than a small, a little bit smaller than a medium, like an in-between size. And that's what I give my breeder females and the girls that are just growing up too. So I give them a little bit bigger, but yeah, I stay on the smaller side now. When I used to, in the beginning, man, I used to just give them the biggest thing I thought they could handle. And
yeah, dude, me too.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've all done that in the beginning. I was like, yeah, man, give her whatever she wants. But I go a little bit on the smaller side now, man. And if they're in that feeding phase, like they're trying to build or whatever, I'll offer them a second if that's what needs to happen. But they don't have to have the super massive football looking meal every week. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, my poor snake Mercedes. So like my very first ball python, she's a big bitch, bro. Like she has size to her, and I had a leftover large rat. And cold-blooded cafes large rats are pretty large, like they're big. I'm pretty sure it was a large, but anyways, it was left over, and I knew she was hungry, and I was like looking at it, and I was like, God damn! I was like, this thing's huge. I was like, I don't know, you know what I mean? It was just something where I stopped for a second, but. Ball pythons, I heard they're motherfucking tanks. I've seen them take shit, so sure enough, she took it down, and I didn't want to look at her. I didn't want to look at her for a couple days. It was bad. But I was like, after that, I was just like, dude, I just is like, you don't need to feed them that big, but my mentality then was like you said, if they can eat, fucking feed them, like feed the motherfuckers. And I always, I've heard of people having fucking 6,000, gram fucking ball pythons. So I'm just like, oh, maybe they do get that big, but it's not necessary. It really isn't.
Yeah, that's something I learned over just by listening to more experienced breeders.
Yeah, right.
I believe it was on your show when Mark Mandek was talking about it too. Mark Mandek. Yeah. But wait. By the way, man, I love the fact that you put out an audio version on the podcast, like the podcast. I think so. Because that's where I catch up on a lot of your stuff is when I'm driving around and listen to it there. So big shout out to MJ for that.
Yeah. I'm glad. No, respect. I got that from Forrest. Rest in peace, Forrest Fanning. But when the whole idea before Trap Talk was Unfiltered Reptiles podcast, and he didn't want to do YouTube at all. He was like, let's just do complete audio. I don't want a fucking video. I don't want to fuck with that. And I'm like, no, dude, it's just a platform we have to use. It's YouTube. We have to use it. I'm not a big fan of YouTube, but I love that you guys are here. But anyways, I convinced him to do it. But I also was like, well, I'm also going to have the audio just uploaded, because I heard a lot of people are irritated when they try to like listen to this on YouTube and they're not subscribed. Or not subscribe, excuse me, if they're not a Premier user, they have to keep it open. They have to keep their phone open in order to listen. They can't just hit turn their phone off and still listen to it, so that could be irritating too. And it's like $15 a month too. So I don't expect people to pay $15 a month for fucking YouTube. It's a lot of money, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, no worries, dude. I got that shit going out all platforms. So this is out on all major podcasting platforms, Apple, Spotify. Yeah, man, for your guys' listening in pleasures. You know what I mean?
That's a good angle that you got though, man, because like you said, not everyone's a YouTube fan. So, you're getting more audience by doing that, in my opinion.
Yeah. Respect. Thank you, man. Go ahead. And one of my wrap-up questions for you, Shane, is based off, was it 2 years? You've been like, how long have we known each other? 2 years?
It was right around
2018.
It was right around like October, November 2019. So just over a year.
Oh, that's all it's been? Damn, I feel like we've known each other longer.
She's still up here. I got that Firefly gravel from you.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. And then we met up at the Anaheim show, which was January, and yeah.
Okay. So in this time, right, what are some of the biggest changes you've seen in this industry so far? And it could be either a positive or negative thing. It don't matter, just whatever, but like, what do you feel like the biggest change or transitioning change that's happening right now in the industry that you're noticing?
Well, most recently, I really got to give a shout out to everyone for banding together and making a push for USARK. That's something that's really good. And big shout out to the whole community for that. Set aside the petty differences and let's support those that help us, And but as far as industry wide, man, I see a lot of live content. And I started out as more of the vlog style, so I just stay in my lane, and I support all the live content too, But I just kind of do what I do and stay in my lane. But that's the main thing I've seen. And you were talking earlier about when people start out, they start out hard and heavy. I have seen a ton of people fall off too, just in my short time.
Me too.
There's stickers on my door of people that
You're like you're scratching your hair, like, what happened to that? You're like, you hit them up, you're like, you look, and you're like, the last post was like a year and a half ago or something. You're just like, damn.
Yeah, exactly, man. I'm like looking at the stickers that are in the center where I started on my door, and started working out. And I'm like, I go look at their account, and it's like 8 months since the last post. I'm like, man, what happened to them? And
but do you understand why? Like, I'm just like, I kind of just get back, and I'm just like, I don't know, you know what I mean? It's like so many people do that, and it's like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like for one thing, if you're getting into this, like, you better let it be about the animals. You know what I mean? And I get it. Like, this is also somebody who also looks at this as a long-term investment. It's not a bad thing, but you better fucking stick it out. You know what I mean? And not be in a rush to get some kind of an income off this in the first couple years. It just doesn't work like that, Right. So anyways, no, I'm really glad you brought that up. That's fucking hilarious. Because obviously that's not you. It's not me. We're here to stay. You know what I mean? Right. But yeah, it's that's honestly a good call out, man, because there's a couple people, and some of them I feel bad because there's a couple people that I used to really talk to, and we didn't have no issue or anything, and it crosses my mind. I'm like, damn, I haven't heard from this person in a while, and you go back and you're just like, damn, vanished. You know what I mean? Like, where'd they go? Yeah. And I think the first time, 2019, when the first person I didn't hear from like ended up dying in a fucking a motorcycle accident. That was really sad. You know what I mean? Because that's another thing too. Like, anybody you and I this is something I gotta learn with too, because any kind of shit that you build with somebody could just be gone like that. You know what I mean? Things happen all the time. I feel like a lot of us take that for granted, even myself. But yeah, man, even with the animals, everything we do could just be totally different the next day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
good or bad.
Yeah, absolutely. That's don't take life for granted, man, for sure.
Because it's not guaranteed. Life is rented, and we could get evicted at any moment.
Yeah. But let me throw that question back at you. What do you see? What's the biggest changes you see in the industry right now?
I see some hungry motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I see some people that really want it, and I'm not saying like, I don't know, like you said, there's a lot of lives. There's a lot of people that are just putting themselves out there. And I'm starting to notice the ones who are consistent, the ones that are just doing it. And that's hunger. That means they're just doing it. And I give that a lot of props, like 110%.
Right.
But I also do see, and this is however you want to take it. Like, a podcast content is content. You could really put some stuff behind into it and really put your name behind it, or you could just shoot the shit and not give a fuck and just like, but I just do feel like, you should always look for ways to improve. Always, like, no, even I do, you know what I mean? I listen to all my podcasts because I listen to ways to try to pick up on things that I didn't pick up on the first time. And because you got to understand, a lot of times I'm thinking about what I'm going to say back to you and whatnot. So, we could all be better at what we're doing. People, give me props all the time, and I love the props, but I'm no better than the other podcaster. You know what I mean? I'm just like, all I'm doing is bringing what people been doing to the fucking table. And I'm going to continue to do that. But honestly, Shane, if it's people like you, I mean, this is because of the guest, man. I mean, people come watch this shit because of the guest. But yeah, I would say that's the biggest change. And honestly, it gets me excited because it's only gaining more attention. It's getting more people hungry, and that's what we want, man. It's just that everything we're doing right now is just spreading like wildfire, and the more it spreads, hopefully the more it could trickle to where it needs to be, where we could fucking tell all these people who are trying to ruin our pet keeping laws to fuck off. You know what I mean? And where we could live our lives, like pets are fucking therapeutic. Like, you're trying to take our sanity away is what they're trying to do. And you try to take a man's sanity away. So, and especially a man who all he has to lose is his animals, you're going to fuck with the wrong gun owner. I'm telling you, shit's going to hit the fan, and then we're really going to go to war. I feel like that's what's going to happen. God forbid, knock on wood. But the day everyone rebels and goes against each other is when you take their animals away. Like, you fucking pull up with the SWAT team, like, give us all your animals. Take me. Let's go. I don't give a fuck. I'm out. I'll find the littlest weenie who's scared. I'll find the littlest weenie who's scared of a fucking mangrove or something and just run after him. And hopefully they just all run away or something. But maybe we're
the stuff that happened in Florida right after Florida did their thing. Stuff starts popping up in different states, Minnesota and wherever else, and Texas, and I mean, one state gets something passed or starts to get something passed, man, the other states are going to follow suit. So we need to stand together, support USARC, and yeah, man, just support that whole thing. And I'll admit, man, I was slipping a little bit. I went up and joined a small town Xotics because I was only on as like a personal member before, and yeah, I mean, I was slipping. So I corrected my behavior, and let's all support USARC.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, it's just doing something to better, I mean, because at the end of the day, donating is what kind of helps ensure what we're doing is going to last, you know? So it's, you know, it's for your animal. You're just donating for your animal. It's like, paying for your child to go to a private school or something, you know what I mean? But yeah, hopefully we could get to the point where, because the whole goal is so we don't have to fucking pay for this shit. We should have our laws where we could keep our animals, and that's it. That's it. Leave it alone. You know what I mean? But we also want war. We also want world peace. So I don't know what to say to that. I don't
World peace.
Fucking Shane Kelley, man. This has been a great hour and 40 minutes. Yeah, you're the man, bro. I do have hot seat questions for you. You ain't gonna just dip like that. You know you got to go through the hot seat stuff. So. We're going to do the hot seat questions, okay? You know how this works?
Yeah.
All right. Don't need an explanation. Just need you to just rapid fire, okay?
All right.
Hot seat questions from a man, small town Xotics, Shane Kelley. Here we go. Frozen thought or live?
Frozen thought.
Egg cut or no cut?
Egg cut.
Big flexor or no flexor?
Medium flexor.
You either flex or you don't flex.
Big flex then.
There we go. Shane Kelley. Steak or fish?
Steak.
Van Halen or Sammy Hagar?
I'm going to go Sammy Hagar, man.
Wow.
I'm a big Van Halen fan, but I love Sammy's voice, man.
All right, respect. Eminem or Machine Gun Kelly?
Guns N' Roses? I'll go Eminem.
All right, cool. Thank you. I get it. West Coast rap or East Coast rap?
Guns N' Roses?
All right. All right. You know, I got one for you. You ready?
All right.
All right. Metallica or Slayer?
Slayer, man.
Okay. All right. All right. Cool. Respect. Little word association. First thing to come to mind. Milk.
Boobs.
Cocoa.
Blocks.
Stuck shed.
Warm bath.
Day 52.
Should I cut?
Oh shit! Instagram trolls.
Just pay them no mind, man.
All right. One has to go forever, and I mean forever, ever. Instagram or Facebook?
Facebook, without a doubt.
Facebook, without a doubt, from my man Shane Kelley. Shane Kelley, this has been an amazing time. Definitely round 2 worthy. You're going to keep doing what you're doing. You're a force to be reckoned with. I'm looking forward to seeing your new layout in Tennessee, because we all know he's all moving to Tennessee. And yeah, man, just keep us posted. Keep it up, man. All I got to say is keep it up. And I'm proud of you, man. We're all proud of you. So good job.
Thank you. Right back at you. Keep it up.
What do you have to say to all? You had mad people popping in on this Saturday, man. At least 80 consistently. What do you have to say to all your supporters, all your people who fuck with you? What do you got to say to them?
Man, hey, I love you all. Thanks for all the love and support. Thanks for showing up here and supporting the Trap Talk. Just thanks for everything, man. And I'm always here. Hit me up whenever on Instagram, not Facebook, on Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram.
He's on it. All right, man. Hey, enjoy your Saturday, man. Much love to the family, and keep doing what you're doing, man. Small town Xotics.
Thank you, MJ.
See ya. Right there. Here we go. Ready? Yeah, he's out. Oh, man. My man, Shane Kelley. Thank you, guys. Good times. Like I said, force to be reckoned with. Shane Kelley has a lot of great projects going on. He knows what to do with his snakes. Make sure you give him a follow. All right. The link to his Instagram account's in the description below. And yeah, you guys have a beautiful Saturday. Enjoy your time. Thank you for spending your time with me and Shane. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Okay. If you are, with the trap, show some love, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment for the guests. Let us know how you like this show. And yeah, man, just be ready for some more heat. It's not going to stop. If you want to support this channel more than a subscription, please hit the link down below. Join the Patreon family, right? We have a Trap Talk Zoom session going down tomorrow, a little Trap University session, all right, with your professor MJ. We're actually all professors in this, man. We all teach each other something. But you want to join, if you want to gain some more knowledge, if you want to find some more trap information about what we got going on, hit the link below. Join the Patreon page. Join the family. Tap in with us tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Patreon strictly. Love all you guys. Thank you, though. Thank you for all the views. Thank you for everyone tapping in. You guys have a wonderful night or wonderful morning, whatever the fuck, wherever you're at. Just enjoy yourselves. And yeah, man, US Arcs.